Hello, everybody. Hi. Hi. Good evening and welcome to the 4th Annual Music Teachers of Excellence. Hi. I'm Jenny. I'm the chair of the CMA Foundation Board of Directors, and I am so happy to see so many faces from our industry here tonight supporting the mission of the CMA Foundation. We have an awesome evening for you guys, 30 teachers from across the country, and I hope by the end of the night you will understand why it's so important that we're here to celebrate our honorees. Dinner's ready, the program's gonna begin shortly, and thank you so much for dedicating your evening to be here tonight with us.
Hello everybody, I'm Sarah Trahern. I'm the CEO of the Country Music Association. And this is my second favorite night of the year. First one is when we induct country music stars into the Country Music Hall of Fame, and tonight when we get to honor the great music teachers we have around the country, so thank you. I wanted to start off by bringing Dierks over here. Come here. Totally off script, so everybody wonders, what the heck's she doing? Dierks and I go way back, and he goes back with CMA in a lot of ways. And when I walked in the room tonight, one of the programs we've supported with the foundation for years is Education Through Music in New York. And Kathy Damkoller with their group is here with us, and she brought me a picture that she wanted me to give to Dierks. And Dierks is not just in music education with us tonight as a host because we called him and he's generous, but he really has been a part of our foundation efforts for a long time. So Kathy gave me pictures of Dierks back in 2012, when he did one of our first events. Yeah, I don't know, what would you call that?
Yeah, in between.
Definitely a little younger.
Yeah.
He helped us open a music program at PS 103 in the Bronx. They didn't have music teachers, and because of Dierks and the work of the other artists, we were able to do that. So,
thank you.
What a great way to start tonight.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Yeah, let's have some fun.
Thank you. I'll see you in a little bit.
See you in a minute. So again, I'm Sarah, I'm CEO of the Country Music Association, and every year I'm blown away by the remarkable teachers we have the privilege of recognizing through our CMA's Music Teachers of Excellence. Tonight I'm proud to join my colleagues, our many community leaders here tonight, our board of directors, and our country music artists as we celebrate 30 music teachers from across the state of Tennessee and the United States who've demonstrated excellence not just in their classrooms, but in their communities. Those who work tirelessly to help our young people find a love for music that will develop them into future leaders. As we honor you tonight, I'm reminded that in just a little over a month, it's a little scary actually, we'll welcome tens of thousands of people to Nashville for CMA Fest, the annual 4-day music festival that makes it possible for us to celebrate music education. More than 300 country music artists, many of whom actually are in the room tonight, perform at CMA Fest for free. They donate their time and their talent so that we at the CMA Foundation can work to ensure that every child has the opportunity to participate in music. And every music educator, just like the 30 leaders that we get to celebrate tonight, has what they need to create a thriving music program. Because of that artist generosity, I'm proud to say that the CMA Foundation has invested over $25 million into helping enrich music education programs across the United States. I'll add my applause to the artists in the room who make that possible, so thank you. Woo! And I'd like to take a moment just to recognize our CMA Foundation and CMA Board of Directors who give tirelessly of their time. If you guys would please stand. Without their ongoing commitment to our cause and a heightened social responsibility as an organization, we would not be where we are today. And the support does not stop with them. We're grateful to have committed partners who share our vision in supporting music teachers. Partners who, like us, want to make a real difference and recognize the need we see in classrooms across the country. So we want to thank those partners for joining our efforts And a particular thank you to our special friends and partners at U.S. Bank for not only partnering with us tonight, but their continued support of music education throughout the year. Thank you. On behalf of our very passionate staff, many of whom are here on their own time just to be here tonight, our board of directors and the music community, congratulations to our 30 music teachers of excellence. Tonight we celebrate you for your dedication and commitment in the classroom and the positive impact you have had on students and your communities. Thank you so much and have a great night.
So good evening. I'm Tiffany Kearns, Executive Director of the CMA Foundation. That's very sweet. But a little secret, I am truly the biggest fan of our 30 honorees. Would my staff agree? Colleagues, do you agree I'm probably the biggest fan? I mean, I am. But honorees, our 30 amazing recipients, take a look around the room tonight. Everyone in this room is here to celebrate you, to acknowledge the huge responsibility you have to shape the next generation. No big deal. No big deal, no pressure. We're not thinking about that. When the CMA Foundation launched Music Teachers of Excellence 4 years ago, we did so with one clear objective in mind: to change the conversation around teacher investment. But we didn't want to just change the conversation. We probably needed to invest, actually make the investment, right? So the CMA Foundation works tirelessly every year to make intentional investments across the country. Oh, yeah, I agree, it's a pretty big deal. But our first and largest investment was made right here in Nashville. And in fact, this event is the brainchild of some Nashville teachers. So MNPS, give yourself a hand because you are the reason this exists. But through our efforts over the last several years, it's become increasingly obvious that we must be investing in our teachers if we expect our students to be well-rounded individuals. If we want to strengthen the ecosystem that we call education, we better support our teachers. We know that research tells us 94% of our teachers are going to spend their own money on supplies. We know they're going to spend between $500 and $2,500 of their own money in order to make sure that the students have the resources they need. They will host a variety of concerts throughout the year, hoping to showcase just how hard their students have worked, but often never being publicly recognized for their commitment and dedication. Does this sound familiar, teachers? Oh, it does, I know. But not tonight. We're gonna honor you, I promise you. This is why tonight's event, the theme, we decided long and hard, what does it need to be? It's making the most of music education, making the most of me. The event is our way of showing our support, our love, as you overcome some really steep obstacles and challenges so you can change the lives in your classrooms every day. We understand the challenges you face. We see your strength. Every single one of you, all 29 of our MTOEs, we see your strength. We celebrate you. You are equipping our next generation with invaluable tools that will be used throughout their entire lives. I don't know that you truly understand that. So tonight, we hope to remind you why you joined this teaching field to begin with. We will not only celebrate the role that you have, but also the power that you give to your communities. One very small detail, we're gonna give you the financial resources tonight that we hope allows you to break some of the barriers that you face as teachers. You know, that $2,500 for your classroom, $2,500 for you to do what you want. Yep. Remember, you're going to pick it up after the event. We have a $2,500 check waiting for you. I'm sure you've not forgotten that. But we encourage you to continue to advocate for those students who need it the most. This is your way of truly impacting your community. We also recognize success in the classroom does not happen by accident, although some may think that it does. It does not. Without effective, innovative, and talented music teachers and the support of their principals, raise your hand. We love you. Thank you. Our superintendents, parents, teachers, we love our parents. But also the greater community at large. Again, look around this room. Successful music programs just do not exist. Now, Nashville, we're unique. We are fortunate to live in a city that values the arts and work in an industry that is committed to music education. We are very lucky. As Sarah mentioned, our artist community shows up every single year and participates in CMA Fest. And they do this out of the brilliance and generosity of their hearts, so we can raise millions, not a couple dollars, millions of dollars, including raising money for this event to honor these teachers. But they allow us to be able to invest in music programs all across the country. They show up so we can support you. In fact, last year was a pretty monumental year. We asked our artist community to show up and join us for a campaign, a national campaign, I should make sure you are aware of, called It Starts With Music Education, It Starts With Me. The campaign's purpose was to strengthen the national dialogue on the impact music has on our individual lives. It was through the incredible stories of our artists that we were reminded and inspired that we must continue to advocate for music in a child's life. Every artist has their own musical journey. They have their own story to tell. But what we learned is that the impact the music teacher has on our artist community plays a huge part in that journey.
Music teachers don't get near enough credit, and they should, because music is one of the best gifts that you can give to someone.
The chorus classes and the band classes were the fun parts of my day, where you just get to be creative, and it also made me want to go to school.
I failed music. It was because I couldn't read and I had no theory. My music teacher, she rewrote this whole test that we were supposed to take with a lot more playing and all these other parts. That meant the world to me, that she would want to recognize our natural talents like that.
I look back and realize that the most influential people came earliest in my life. It's something as simple as in third grade, they started a chorus. I auditioned, I made it, and I was like, wow, I can sing. She said I could sing.
My high school choral director was the first person that really encouraged me to try to write a song and sing it on stage. If she hadn't have pushed me and encouraged me to do that, I just don't know if I would be playing at CMA Fest right now.
Down the road was my preschool teacher. She heard me sing for the very first time, and she actually told my mother I was going to be a singer.
I don't think people realize how important teachers are. I was having some problems at home. I was getting bullied at school, and my band teacher sat down beside me in a very caring way, said, "Terry, I'm concerned about you. Is there anything you want to talk about?" He was my band teacher all through junior high and high school, so that's 6 years of somebody caring about my development.
My orchestra teacher, and he was the guy that really took me under his wing, and he just gave me that encouragement, and it made me feel like I could do anything.
Started playing the guitar, I was 13, and I remember the feeling, I'm in a bad mood, I can just play this, and all of a sudden I can control my mood. There's so much for you, but for me, the main takeaway is just a sense of joy. It starts with me, it starts with music education.
Thank you to the artists that are in this room this evening, because you are changing the lives of our teachers, and we are so appreciative for that. So I am going to turn it over to our amazing multi-platinum, award-winning singer-songwriter. I mean, goodness gracious. But tonight's host, as Sarah mentioned earlier, is dedicated to the cause. He believes in music education, and he is a great friend to CMA and the CMA Foundation. Please welcome your host, Dierks Bentley.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Good evening. I'm so excited to be here with you guys honoring these music teachers who are making such a difference in the lives of so many students. And for so many of us in this room, we understand the real impacts that these music mentors have had on us. Without them, we would most likely not be doing what we're doing and what we love to do, which for me is making music. And I'm so grateful to CMA for letting me bring a guest tonight. They asked me to, who would a teacher that has inspired me from my past, and I was thinking about my past. There's been so many great teachers, but there's someone right now that still inspires me because I have kids, and when you have kids, you're so involved in their lives. And this guy, he's the music teacher at my school. He's the music theater teacher. He does choreography. He teaches in a program outside the school that's this amazing theater group that kids from all over the town come to, and this place is like the center of their whole universe. He's kind of like the same thing at our school. And he's here at table 4, Bakari King. Thank you so much for being my guest tonight. His enthusiasm is contagious, and I can say that about so many music teachers. It's just contagious, and it makes me walk on a stage and be a better version of myself. And if you hadn't come, I was gonna have to go back and find like my guitar teacher from Arizona, John Aquilina, if he's out there watching on the live stream. The last time I saw John, this is like late 80s, hair band was huge, and hair music, and my mom dropped me off his apartment complex. I had my Charvel Jackson guitar with the Floyd Rose whammy bar on it, and she dropped me off at his apartment, and I'm 13, I knock on the door, and it takes a while for him to get there, and he gets there and he's half dressed. He's like got leather pants on and no shirt. And I'm like, okay, this is a little weird. And he's like, oh man, it's all good. Just come on in. Yeah, all good, all good. And I walk in the room, and in his one bedroom like apartment, there's a bed right in there, and there's a girl, and she's half dressed. And I'm like, whoa, this is like, the whole scene looked like a Whitesnake video. It was like crazy. Which is funny because in my hand, I had a Whitesnake cassette because I wanted to learn the solo for Still the Night, right? Digga 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 digga, digga 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 digga. Lindsay L knows what I'm talking about. Digga 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 digga, digga 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 digga, digga 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 digga, digga 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 digga. You get what I'm talking about. So I don't know how John's doing with the grunge movement when it came around, but thank you so much, Bakari, for coming here tonight. And all these artists that are showed up, it says so much that so many artists came. That just in itself says how much these music teachers mean to us. And I have a lot of young artists. I think I'm the oldest artist here. Is that Kix? Hey Kix, how you doing, buddy? All right, I knew it makes me feel better. All right. Tonight we are recognizing 30 music teachers who are making a positive impact in their classrooms, their schools, and their communities. And the CMA Foundation is also committed to all these programs these teachers serve. We're not just here providing funding, but we're also using our platform to generate awareness and support for music education. The fact of the matter is, the students that need music education the most are barely getting it, if at all. So that's why we're here. Why are we committed to music education? Because it gives students a reason to be in the classroom. I saw Carrie Underwood on that screen up there, and if you ask Carrie, she says one of the main reasons why she went to school, why she's excited to go to school, is because of her music classes. Those are an inspiration to her, just to show up every day. If students are engaged, they come to school, and that translates to higher graduation rates, a boost in self-confidence, and a greater chance at post-secondary success. Research continues to show the positive impact that music has on a student's ability to retain, learn, and articulate information. I'm just glad I was able to say articulate. It's an important word to be able to say if you're trying to say articulate. You're trying to articulate. Double would be great. The Music Foundation works with teachers, principals, and districts on how to create and fund a thriving music program, a program that represents equity, excellence, and opportunity for the students they serve. We also understand the music education landscape is not always easy to navigate. It can be very complex, and it takes a great deal of patience. But for the teachers in this room, y'all have managed to navigate through the barriers and come out on top. You've kept your students at the center of teaching, and you continue to be innovative in order to have the greatest impact. There truly is no greater joy, and I love this line. This is the Tiffany Kearns who wrote a lot of this. It's such a great line. There's truly no greater joy than to watch students discover who they can become when you let them be who they are. Such a great line.
Teachers, they're entrepreneurs. They're little innovators. And so they're always having to think outside the box. We happen to be in Louisville, Kentucky today, site visiting one of our amazing grantees, Miss Michelle Lewis.
Welcome back, everybody. Feels like I haven't seen you guys in like a month.
And she is someone that said, what do my students need? They need to take what they're learning in their other subjects, but also in the music class, and start to apply that knowledge.
With project-based learning, students are designing music lessons. We have a couple groups that are doing digital audio workstations. They created their scripts. They're practicing speaking to each other and through the camera so that they're able to produce it and put it on YouTube, so that other kids that don't have music teachers can have a teacher. So it's elementary school teachers teaching other elementary school kids, which is really a lot of fun.
If I made a music video singing a song, some other kid in Japan can be like, hey, I like that song. And then it's like a domino effect. We do it first, and then soon everybody will know music.
You know, they get positive feedback from that, they're going to want to do more. It's awesome to see them flourish.
We want collaborative, empathetic change makers, and we know that they are being developed in classrooms like this. You're talking about real world skills being learned in elementary school. It goes beyond just, are we creating great musicians? Are we creating well-developed humans?
When I see a kid who doesn't believe in themselves, and then you show them that, yeah, you can do it, and then they actually get it, it just makes my heart happy.
Yeah. Michelle Lewis, she's here with us tonight. Thank you, Michelle, so much for showing us that helping students finding their path is critical to their success. Thank you so much, Michelle. Through a partnership with Give a Note Foundation, we are able to recognize 9 creative educators, music educators from across the country who are thinking differently, using innovative techniques in secondary music courses. These programs and teachers are attracting students not typically enrolled in music education by creating courses that have diversity in their curriculum. These 9 Music Education Innovator Award winners are with us tonight. If these teachers could please stand. Michelle Lewis, who we just saw, Bradley Collins, Vivian Gonzalez, Sarah Minette, Anna Harris, Marquita Moore, Eric Songer, Benjamin Thomas, and Andrew Edwards. Would they please stand up? Thank you guys. Amazing. There's a bluegrass bar here called the Station Inn, and whenever I applaud, I've been there so many times, there's always a "hoo" kind of attached to it. So if I do that a few times, it's just, I can't stop that. It's built in my DNA at this point. The work that the foundation does goes beyond just cutting a check or providing instruments. It's an investment in students, teachers, and communities. We are investing in our future. Making thoughtful investments requires a partner that understands the importance of uniting communities around a single cause. Over the past year, the CMA Foundation has been working closely with US Bank to help reinvigorate communities with music. Like us, they value all that you do and the impact you have on students. We are excited to have them join us tonight as a leading partner. Please welcome Senior Vice President and National Manager of Community Affairs and Engagement, Erica Opstead.
Just gonna say, because that's pretty darn cool. Thanks, Dierks Bentley. But it is an absolute honor to be here with y'all to celebrate this evening with and representing the 70,000 employees of US Bank who invest their time and their treasure in making community possible at work, at home, and at play. It is through our Community Possible pillar of play that we established an amazing relationship with the CMA Foundation, a partnership that has truly opened our hearts and our minds in support of equitable access to arts education. So tonight, we are celebrating Goosebumps, right? Goosebumps. Think about it. The downbeat of the conductor's baton and the beginning of the timpani roll at the orchestra. The insanely perfect guitar riff that lights up the stage, and you can't believe that it was he and she that made it so perfect. That moment when in the confines of a beautiful building, a cellist reveals a work of art. That is a breathtaking moment. And think about these wonderful points in time that are brought to us by the performing arts. We often celebrate the musicians and the performers, but tonight we celebrate the music educators that make the goosebump moments possible. We celebrate the dedication and inspiration that you have instilled in our children, that gift of music. My gratitude for each and every educator here tonight runs much more deeply than the fact that I'm here for US Bank. I am the wife of an arts educator and the mother of a 12-year-old budding trombonist who I call Trombone Tolly because he's not shorty. He is passing mama. But I am blessed with the impact that music and arts education has on my family and my community. Whether you're devoted to the instruction of the next lead musician that graces a stage, or simply someone who appreciates the melodic sounds from a seat in the audience, you have really built our young people into the best musicians. You've shown them how to feel the boundless possibility of music. So, let's let those goosebumps begin. Oh, this is even cooler. It is with great pleasure that I introduce our next performance. Please welcome our host, Dierks Bentley, and the Granbury Gecko Tones, directed by music teacher of excellence, Kate Alfani.
I woke up this morning at 6:01. I walked out and saw the rising sun, and I drank it in like whiskey. Saw a tree I've seen 1,000 times, a bird on a branch, and I watched it fly away in the wind. And it hit me, it's a beautiful world, sometimes I don't see so clear. Some days you're just breathing, just trying to break even. Sometimes your heart's pounding out of your chest, sometimes it's just beating. Some days you just forget what all you've been given. Yeah, some days you just get by. Yeah, some days you're just alive, and some days you're living. Some days you're living. Well, I went back in and fired the coffee up. She walked in the kitchen like she always does in my t-shirt, and it killed me. Yeah, and I kissed her like it was the first time. She laughed and looked at me like I'd lost my mind. I said, baby, I love you, can't live without you. I know I don't say it enough, but some days you're just breathing, just trying to break even. Sometimes your heart's pounding out of your chest, sometimes it's just beating. Some days you just forget what all you've been given. Yeah, some days you just get by. Yeah, some days you're just alive, and some days you're living. like you'll never die. Blue's a little bluer up in the sky. Your high's a little higher. You feel that fire you've been missing. Some days you're living. It's a beautiful world, sometimes I don't see so clear. But some days you start singing, and you don't need a reason. Sometimes the world's just right, and your clear eyes ain't even blinking. Got a heart full of grateful for all you've been given. Yeah, some days you just get by. Yeah, some days you're just alive, and some days you're living. Some days you're living. Yeah, living like you'll never die. Blue's a little bluer up in the sky. Your high's a little higher. You feel that fire you've been missing. Some days you're living. Some days you're living. Yeah, living. Some days you're living.
Now, I had no idea it was going to be in front of 60,000 people, but she carried what she got here in this classroom and she took it on the stage.
The reason why I like music is because it feels like my happy place, and it lets me endure whatever is happening, whether it's good or bad.
She had some problems with some kids a little bit. There's always kids in every school that, will like to pick on other kids.
I met Bella her 3rd grade year in my music class. She always had a talent, but she was afraid to share her gift. As a teacher, you have the opportunity to change the trajectory of a kid's life.
He loves his kids, and he wants them to know and that his classroom is a safe place.
He sees things in kids that maybe others don't see, looks deeper into them. So if I could describe him, it would be absolutely passionate.
I do it through music, but it's more than music. I always say I am more than just a music teacher. 1, 2, 3. This is me. You know when it feels right, right? Because all of y'all, after you did, this is me, you said,
No, I
that's how the music has to live inside of you. It's not, oh, I need to sing it, I need to practice, Mr. Willis, I need to do it over and over. No, once you have the music in here, it never leaves. Doesn't matter where you come from, it doesn't matter your past, it doesn't matter what has been done to you, but it's okay to be yourself and to be uniquely you.
He encouraged me to build confidence. It was like a musical paradise.
Now, I had no idea it was going to be in front of 60,000 people, but she carried what she got here in this classroom, in these 4 walls. She took that same energy and she took it on the stage.
I really didn't know fully what she could do until she did that, and she just blew me away.
One of the most rich moments out of all of today was the young lady sitting on the back row, and she said, when I saw Bella, I remembered why I wanted to get in the choir. And I said, well, why did you want to get in the choir? And she said, because she was so strong, and I wanted to be just like her. That's why I teach, for those kids, for the Bellas who needed the extra push. That's why I take it serious. That's why I teach, and that's why I'm here in music education.
Your students will remember everything you do for them. They will remember your patience and your passion you have, and you teach them and how you help build their confidence, and you gave them self-worth. Music teachers can shape their students in ways you might not even realize. Bella, you are living proof. Bella, you are one courageous, brilliant young lady. Let's give her a big round of applause, everybody.
My name is Linda Lee Friend, and I teach gender music and chorus at JFK Middle School. Well, as you teach music in particular, lots of little guys go through, and little girls, and they enjoy the choir, they enjoy band or whatever, and they're going to go on to be doctors and lawyers and teachers. And then every once in a while you see it in their eyes. You can see the way they respond to things, that this is a musician. And so you start to feed them things and show them different things and take them to concerts and watch and see how they change. And Rex was a musician from the time he was in 4th grade. And he wasn't an angel child. There were moments when you wondered where he was headed. But I knew that's where he was going because it came naturally to him. And being a teacher, that's our job.
Good evening, everyone. I'm honored to be speaking tonight about my experiences through the Metro Nashville public school system. I have successfully completed my training at the Curtis Institute of Music in Philadelphia, and I'm now doing graduate work at Temple University now. Fortunately, I was very young when I learned about music, about 7 or 8 years old. My parents didn't have a rich musical background, especially in classical music. So when I was introduced to the recorder, they thought of it as a fun little toy. And for me, it was. I remember it being so easy to work with. All you had to do was blow air into it. These were the days before I knew how to even read music. Everything was by ear. We went through the standard karate packet of recorder songs that earned you a colored twine to wrap around the bottom of your instrument. You know what I'm talking about. Back then, that was a status symbol. I didn't have any idea what to do with this little hobby, but I knew I liked it. Eventually, I joined a group called the Renaissance Kids. This is where my love for music morphed from being a fun hobby to finally something I could identify with. The best part was that my friends had the same feeling too. Being that young, there was not much to do other than play outside, mess around with the neighborhood kids, and ride bikes all the time. And being a part of the Renaissance Kids gave me something to look forward to in school. 5th grade rolled around, and it was time to choose my first big boy instrument. The school needed clarinet players, so I chose that, although my real passion was still the recorder. I continued growing with the Renaissance Kids with all my other talented buddies. We even got good enough to learn and perform full 5-part ensemble pieces from memory. We were able to do that through the contribution of the Country Music Association because they provided the first batch of brand new bass and tenor recorders. That's something we little suburban kids would have never been able to experience without their support. However, this young group of kids did not do this on their own. Someone had to first notice us in the classroom, notice our potential, and establish a connection. I've been fortunate to have incredibly nurturing music educators in my life. Music teachers didn't just teach me how to read notes and rhythms, but they taught me how to tap into the potential they saw in me. The beauty of music is that it creates relationships, good relationships. Relationships that push you to work hard and be your best. Relationships that pick you back up after a terrible audition. Relationships that call you out for being a diva because when you were a high school freshman, you thought you were God's gift to the world just because you made the all-state band. My teachers were always supportive though. One of them even had the bright idea of putting together a GoFundMe page and raising $11,000 for a new oboe. And that woman is sitting right there at table 9, Linda Friend. This was a monumental step towards the career my teachers and I were trying to create. I'm proud to have been a part of the Metro Nashville school system. My success is the culmination of a number of eager, spirited, and passionate music educators who only wanted to share their resources and knowledge forward, just like the wonderful educators here tonight. The lives you touch in your classrooms are a part of a domino effect that they will always remember. I know I do. I want to personally thank the Country Music Association and the teachers I've had for the support they've provided me in my education, as well as the teachers that are being recognized for their excellence tonight. Never forget that you guys have the ability to change a student's life through a little guidance and mentorship. It's definitely made all the difference in me. Thank you, and please have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Guys make me look bad. Don't, jeez, I'm like that. It's a hard act to follow. Rex, thank you for sharing your story. You're an impressive young man, and we cannot wait to see you accomplish with your life and your career in music. Let's, a big hand for Rex one more time, y'all. We know that every teacher in here, hopes to have a success story like Rex and someone that reaches the highest level of success like he has. And we know you've gone above and beyond to provide and mentor your students just as his teachers did. So a little shout out to Rex's teacher, Linda Friend, honoree last year, I believe, Linda Friend. And I just, real quick, before we go any further, I just want to thank Kate Afani and the Granbury Gecktones for singing with us. Obviously, I'd love to take the gecko tones out on the road with us. It'd be a huge success. But what I really want to bring out is Kate. And I know all the artists in here can relate to having, it was amazing. We all were playing music. We all just kind of looked over at her, and she's like, it was so comforting. She's like taking us home. She's got us all taken care of. If I forgot a word, I know she's going to kind of mouth it to me. And one of the kids had their hands up, and she's like, put your hands down. And all those times I'm making those rock and roll poses, I know she'd be like, or all the many times I walked out on stage with my fly down, she'd be like, she'd be so helpful. She'd be so helpful to have on the road. I'm out there looking at a bunch of drunk people trying to remember the words to 18 songs, 20 songs. I need Kate in my life. Anyway, thank you, Kate, so much for steering us through that song. That was awesome. To all the honorees, you guys are all change makers. You are able to connect with students the way that other people cannot. And you help them find their voice. You help them find their place in this crazy world. And you may not always feel that appreciation, but trust us, it's there. Denise Reeves, remember your third grade student who had no beat or rhythm, but you saw something in him? Robin Holcomb, you provided a safe place for your choir to work through the emotions that came with an unfortunate family circumstances. And Sheldon Fraser, thank you for nurturing a trans student and showing that kids with differences also have their strengths. In a world that seems so divided, a great unifier is music. It's a bond that is not easily broken because it dwells deep in our hearts.
Before I met Miss Wally, sometimes I would have a bad day, and songwriting just for me is fun because that would be the best way to get your feelings out and to turn it into something good. School is like torture and fun at the same time.
Zion felt trapped and unable to express the extra emotions that he was experiencing and didn't know what to do with.
I met Zion 4 years ago. In the first couple of years, he was frustrated. He wasn't able to explain himself or to be part of the team, and he was just shut down. There was something about music that really resonated with him.
Before I met Miss Wally, sometimes I would have a bad day, and she said maybe you can use music as a strategy to calm you down.
We're working on songwriting because for some people who are not good at using words, I want you to learn how to use words. Who here uses writing to help you get your feelings out?
I did write when I was your age. I used to write all my ideas down. And guess what? Songwriters do that all the time. People take those notebooks and that becomes songs.
Songwriting just for me is fun because that will be the best way to get your feelings out and to turn it into something good. Kick it real far as I am, and I'll say yes I will. And the ball goes, flying like a little bird.
The fact that music was introduced as an avenue for him to unleash these feelings that he was bottling up, it has been a tremendous breakthrough, I would say.
I wrote my feelings now. What do I do?
Okay, so you get excited. So give me like an imagery. What happens when you're excited?
I hit my helmet twice before I kick it off.
Hey, Quitter, you play football too. Do you ever hit your helmet? Oh, so you do this. So if he writes something about the helmet tapping, would you understand that?
Yeah.
Because that puts the listener into your position. I'm sure someone can relate to that. He's improving on managing his feelings. He's using his words. He's part of the team more rather than putting himself away.
She's a music teacher, but she's more than a music teacher. She's helpful, she's kind, and as she's helped me as a student, I think she's helped me with my personality.
It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be sad, but let's communicate that through music. Music is just a medium. Music lets us connect with others, learn about other people and other cultures, learn about yourself. Without music education, I don't think we can really find that bind that every successful community has.
God. I hope all you honorees are feeling really awesome right now because I need to unleash my inner Big Kenny and just really make you feel awesome. You know, he would be up here like just going crazy. I can't do that, but I mean, I hope you guys are feeling the love because it's unbelievable what you guys do. These videos just take me back and make me realize when I was in those music classes and how much inspiring it was for me, and I don't even have a story like that. And just to see that it's unbelievable. Alice, thank you for seeing the potential in Zion. We know so many of our teachers in this room have had a student similar to Zion, and a student that needed music in ways that most of us can't even imagine. They need it in a way that literally transforms their life. So Zion, we cannot wait to hear all the incredible songs you write throughout your life. Let's please give Zion another huge round of applause. There he is. Amazing. We know that music teachers can feel like they're alone on their island. Sherry Grossman, we know that you're the only orchestra in all of Wilson County, but trust us, you're not alone. Robin Johnston, we know that you're teaching 7 different courses each day, and you're the only instrumental music teacher in your school, but trust us, you are not alone. This is why we strongly encourage y'all to support each other. We stand stronger when we stand together. Celebrate each other's successes and lean on each other for support. You were all chosen as recipients of this award because of the leadership and commitment you display. Live by excellence and encourage others to do the same. We want to thank you for being the greatest music teachers a community could ask for. And we want to thank you, the principals. It's so awesome, the principals who are here to support these exceptional teachers tonight. And we would like to ask all the music teachers of excellence to please come and join us on stage so the CMA staff can recognize this year's recipients.
It's time to announce the 2019 Music Teachers of Excellence. And here are this year's 30 incredible music teacher honorees. As you're about to see, the staff here at CMA are your biggest fans.
Brian Adler, Alcoa, Tennessee. Catherine Affney, Brentwood, Tennessee. Kevin Brawley, Huntersville, North Carolina.
Josephine Capoletti, Maryville, Tennessee.
Benjamin Easley, Nolensville, Tennessee.
Sheldon Frazier, Kennesaw, Georgia.
Carol Smith Grooms, Franklin, Tennessee.
Good job.
Carol.
Sherry Grossman, Mount Juliet, Tennessee. She's like the best ever.
John Haslett, Nashville, Tennessee.
Robin Starks Holcomb, Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Michael Holland, Nolensville, Tennessee.
Jeff Hornstein, Linwood, Washington.
Trey Jacobs, Nashville, Tennessee.
Kevin Jankowski, Nashville, Tennessee. Good job, Kev.
Robin Johnson, Clarksville, Tennessee.
Teresa Kennedy from Jamestown, North Carolina.
Chris Manu from Arvada, Colorado.
Henry Miller, Irvine, California.
Spencer Nesbitt, Germantown, Tennessee. Amy Rangel, Glendale, California.
Denise Reeves, Clarksville, Tennessee.
Ashley Spatz, Atlanta, Georgia.
Matthew Taylor, Nashville, Tennessee.
Brianne Turgeon, Atlanta, Georgia.
Alice Aseko Wally from Nashville, Tennessee.
Susan Waters from Nashville, Tennessee.
And Laura Williams, Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Franklin Willis, Old Hickory, Tennessee.
Frank Zimmer, Antioch, Tennessee.
And Ben Zolkauer, Nashville, Tennessee.
Teachers, because of your commitment to your classroom, your students will one day be leaders reinvigorating their communities and remembering the impact you had on them as students. As you can see, it's not hard for people to remember who made an impact on their lives. And whether you hear it from your colleagues or parents, if you don't even hear it from the children themselves, we are all proof that you are making a huge difference in the lives of these children. So thank you guys. You are vital to the well-rounded educations that these students so desperately need. We thank you guys. You can rest your feet again. Thank you. I think we can all agree that every teacher in this room is like an exceptional human being. They've been given the ultimate responsibility to shape our next generation. And on behalf of all the artists that are here tonight, that participated, everyone that was on the screens, everyone that participates in every CMA Fest each year, we want to say thank you for allowing us to play a small part in this incredible musical journey. And for my first time being part of this, I would say this is like way more important than the actual CMA Awards themselves. This is such a great event, and look forward to being involved in many, many more to come. It's probably because I don't win a lot of CMA Awards, but I do think, that's besides the point, but I do think this is way more important. If it's all right with you guys, I'd like to, since I have your attention, I get to play multiple songs in this show too. Can I do one more song? That's why I like this one. Thank you. While I get set up here, Tiffany's going to say a few more words. Thank you guys so much. What a great night.
Okay, y'all need to make a lot of noise for our host. Yeah.
Oh. Hey, Dierks, can you come out real quick? Because I have some. Dierks. Look, people are standing. Not only did we have an incredible host, this happens every year. I'm like, is it time? No, it's not time. Like maybe another hour, okay, but it's really time. So, raise of hands, how many people are inspired? We did our job. I really hope you all know we think about this event with so much intentionality and making sure that you know this event is for our music teachers, but it's also making sure that our artists are able to see exactly where we're putting the dollars into our community. So just thank you all for being here tonight. Let's give another round of applause to our amazing teachers. I get the privilege to spend time in the classroom talking to teachers, trying to hear about the things that challenge them the most. And I also get to hear the impact that they have on their students. So I'm so glad that tonight I hope, we're able to showcase and inspire the teachers whom are constantly inspiring not only our artists, musicians, but just the general public at large. You are an inspiration to everyone, but you are an inspiration to everyone in this room. So thank you for everything that you do. Yes, you deserve another round. All right, so the purpose of tonight was to create magic. I hope we did that. But I would be crazy to not thank you, Dierks. Not only even prior to me being at the foundation and hearing about the incredible commitment that you have to our cause, going to New York, spending time with kids who deserve to have a male in their life, showing them what's important. Thank you. As Sarah mentioned tonight, him hosting didn't start tonight. This started several years ago, 6, I believe. So thank you for believing in the mission of the foundation, being committed to the foundation, and then giving us your time to be here. Thank you so much. And thanks for being a pretty awesome host as well. Because I don't know if you all know, but he's kind of busy. He has this Burning Man tour. I mean, he's practically just selling out arenas. You know, people are waiting in line for his autograph. But he values our mission. And so that's the goal of tonight, right? Teachers, remember how important you are, because you are staples in all of our lives. So if it's okay with you, Dierks is going to close this evening. Everyone remember, we have an amazing dance party.
Don't oversell me. There's a lot of judging happening here, a lot of true professionals, and artists too.
So truly, on behalf of the foundation, on CMA, one last thing, because I would just hate myself if I did not say this. Myself, Sarah, Jenny, our amazing board chair, Jenny Williams, our amazing CMA chair, we cannot do this work without an incredible staff. Many of you are sitting with staff members at your table, but otherwise they are around this room. My staff is incredible, and thank you so much for allowing this evening to be beautiful. But thank you to the CMA staff for believing in our mission and your commitment to our cause, because without you, we cannot do this. Yes, you deserve all the claps. Dierks, I'm gonna have you take it away. and then we're gonna have a dance party. So seriously, do not leave. I haven't said hello or thank you or enough to most of you, so please come and find me because I dream about this night for literally 12 months out of the year, so please come and find me. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, Tiffany.